see some monkeys swinging through the trees as you ascend, and you keep getting higher and higher.
Looks like dinner.
How high up are you going?
I want to go until I can get a sense of the landscape.
You
If
go
I can.
all the way up to the top. On your way up, you see parts of wildlife you've never seen before. All different types of weird, simian monkeys, things swinging through the trees, birds, all types of rodents you've never seen before. And actually, it's quite beautiful. It doesn't seem at all that dangerous, save for the dinosaurs on the ground. You continue to climb, even getting a glimpse of something walking between the trees, way off in the distance. You see, you think it's a tree, but it's actually something moving between the trees. You continue to climb.
Higher.
Higher. You redouble your efforts. Getting higher and going at a faster pace. When you finally do reach the canopy, it's almost like someone who's deep diving and they're finally breaching the surface for air. You're like, and when you look, you just see forest almost as far as the eye can see.
Almost.
But what you see more than anything else, smoke rising up, a black plume from the south. You know that to be the direction of the Humble Sunshine Clan. It seems to be a multiple days journey. You're thinking if you're going on foot, if you're going at a moderate pace, that's taking you at least 2 or 3 days to get there.
That's my only lead.
And when you look to the north, you can see a clearing or in the trees where the outpost would be.
I just see an unnatural clearing.
Yeah.
Basically.
Mm-hmm. Where an outpost would be. So you see to the north an unnatural clearing that perfectly matches the description that Bear gave you.
Uh-huh.
To the south, you see the smoke.
Definitely going north.
Okay.
Is there a way for me to travel through the trees? Are they that closely interlinked?
They are not. They are giant, humongous trees, and sometimes the gaps between them are. You'd have to be. Think of the jungle in Tarzan. That's what we're talking about. Giant trees. You'd have to be swinging from vines to get to tree.
Can I travel in that direction as I make my way down?
Yes. Okay. Yes, you can. And so to that end, I need you to make a travel check.
What is a travel check? I'm neither wise nor intelligent, so...
What was that?
A 1.
A nat 1?
He definitely falls at least a little bit.
Okay. Give me a moment.
But I am very dexterous. That's the important things.
As you're descending, your foot slips. This is just completely unfamiliar terrain. You're trying your best to be careful, but you've got all these supplies on your back. Not to mention you've just been in a fight and you're grieving. Your body feels weak and you haven't eaten in a while either. This
is definitely a nightmare that Stars has had before.
And you slip, hitting several branches on the way down. Fortunately for you, your gear catches most of the impact. But when you finally do slam on to the forest floor, it's with a crack of twigs and leaves go flying everywhere. And you find yourself in a nest with eggs. And around those eggs, large sleeping bodies.
Still sleeping?
Still sleeping. Stirring. Some of them. The bodies of 4 or 5 or 6 ton Allosauruses.
What are Allosauruses? Oh, so it's like a tiny T-Rex.
It's a small T-Rex.
He's just like me. Oh no.
And when I say tiny, I mean they aren't 5 stories tall. They're just 1 story tall.
Great.
There are a total of 3, and they are sleeping in a triangle pattern. You have fallen in the center of the eggs, which are basically arranged in a circle pattern. So, they're sleeping. You've fallen into their nest. What do you do?
Star says, "This is the worst nat 1 I've ever rolled." What time of day is it?
It's nighttime.
It's nighttime?
It's nighttime.
Oh, okay.
You traveled all through the day descending, and descending took such a long process, and doing so carefully took such a long process, while also trying to move in the direction that you're trying to go in, that it took you most of the day to get down. But just due to the fatigue and traveling of all day, as soon as you get down to the bottom, your foot slips. Just lose that last little bit of concentration. end up falling into an Allosaurus' nest.
I'm looking at these Allosaurus eggs, like they look like a good ration. How big are they?
They're big enough for you to ration.
Well, I mean, like, how big are they? Like, how well will they fit in my pack and stuff?
The Allosaurus eggs are a small item in size.
Are they incubating though? Are they like buried a little bit, or are their bodies close pressed to them, or are they just kind of like out in the air?
Okay, so they're sleeping close enough to the Allosauruses to be pressed up against their bodies.
So they are warming them up.
Well, I wouldn't say that they're warming up because they're not like sitting on them. You know, there's a little bit of separation.
And how much space is there in the middle?
How much? Maybe 5 feet.
Okay.
You're looking at one square.
How many eggs are there?
Guess they were getting busy. There's 9 eggs.
So I'm only gonna take one, definitely. And I'm gonna kind of arrange them so they look like there might be like one buried underneath, or like that it's like discombobulating. You know what I mean? I don't want to get stalked. But I'm definitely taking an egg.
So you start jimmying an egg out, and when you pick it up, you realize that it's not so heavy. Might even fit in your backpack.
Oh, what's going in my backpack?
You start stuffing it in your back, trying to be quiet. The Allosaurus, of course, is stirring. I mean, you just fell down. Pat, 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 pat. Rolls on over, and its tail just sort of swooshes over right where you are.
Can I jump it?
Make a dex save.
16. His feet land exactly where they were. His body doesn't even move that much.
Basically levitate. The tail swoops underneath you, and the Allosaurus rolls over and just continues like scratching itself or whatever. Gets comfortable again. His tail having moved, a tiny little gap between the dinosaurs has presented itself. But this one has its face and teeth and it's breathing basically into the curved tail of the other one. So you can go squeeze between with your egg between this one that's sleeping in his teeth and this one's tail.
Its teeth are closed?
Yeah, it's sleeping. It's like
I'm gonna try and cause a distraction. I'm gonna try and tickle the tail to make it smack the other one in the face as I'm like sneaking by. So that they're focused on each other and not on little old me.
What do you do?
I'm gonna creep close. I have a feeling this thing's gonna smell me. I have a smell right now. Okay. I had a very stressful emotional experience and I've been in the jungle for an entire day climbing in the trees, so I'm tiptoeing, I suck it in. I'm sneaking in between them, and then I'm gonna use my new feather. No, that's not hard enough. I'm gonna use my stone axe. Get a good tickle under the scales or whatever these dinosaurs look like. And the tail so that it'll try and like fling me off a little bit as I'm passing by, hoping that it'll smack the other dinosaur in the face as I'm going real fast.
Make a sleight of hand check.
15.
You successfully get underneath the scale, and the dinosaur kind of like tweaks and swishes his tail real fucking fast right at the face of the other dinosaur, but unfortunately, like, you're still in the path.
I'm gonna make a break for it as soon as it happens.
Make a dex save. You're already sprinting out of the way.
11.
Like you just get hit with just the tip of the tail, just whoosh, sends you flying forward a little bit. You only take 1d4 damage, which is 5 points because it exploded.
Wow, it hits me right in a spot where Eisenor was already whooping my ass. So it really aggravates it. Stifles groan. Running away, his ass cheek on fire.
You disappear into the trees with 1 egg, which you can add to your inventory.
Oh, it's already there.
Muchísimas gracias a todos por mirar. If you liked this episode, then please like, subscribe, and consider joining our burgeoning Patreon. And if we made you smile, then also consider sharing this video with a friend so that they too can share in your enjoyment. I run tables professionally through Start Playing Games for parties of 5 or less, and offer a discount to any player who also brings a buddy along. So if you want to experience the true depths of what RPG can be, then check your screen now for both my link and this month's discount code. I only give out 5 per month, so aprovecha bien. But until next time, keep safe, look after each other, and I'll see all of you in the next one.